Hello, everybody. It is episode 58 of the JNL Sports Show, March 30th, 2021. We are in the Elite Eight now, right?
Yep.
For the March Madness, and it is fucking exciting. The women's bracket is just as exciting with UConn. Do we talk about UConn in the slides at all, or no?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
it? Okay, all right. So we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about obviously more March Madness stuff. Baseball news, since that is starting next week.
Thursday. This week.
This week.
2 days.
2 days. MLB season is
Yep.
back. We're gonna have a full season, other than unlike last year. Do they have plans for COVID?
You gonna introduce us?
This is Noah, right?
Hello.
And to my right
Noah.
is Luke.
Yeah.
And then obviously our fact checker Isaac is still here. He's not manning the TV today because March Madness is on.
Yeah,
and
Gonzaga versus USC at the moment.
timekeeper.
Really-
He needs
we
to add his
really-
own title, make
We
sure he
really
sounds
give
more
him an
important.
extra title.
Well, we
Come
gave him
on
an
now.
extra job. But Gonzaga is currently winning 62-41. I mean, this is a
Yeah, it's
Gonzaga
tough.
win for
It
sure.
It is tough for USC.
It is tough. But we're gonna get right into the folder with some Mets news.
Oh my God, Gonzaga's doing a full press up 21. Come
Yeah, I
on
saw
now.
that. I saw that. They're doing full press.
Full
There's
court
12
press.
minutes left too.
Up 21.
So we'll start with the Mets.
So what's it called? This offseason, the Mets made the big trade for Francisco Lindor, and then now, after doing that, they're expected to try to obviously extend him for a very long time. And their first offer, which it's been reported that Lindor has turned it down, was the 10-year, $325 million, which is a lot. That is a lot of money. But he said that, or it was reported that he had a counteroffer of $385 million over 12 years, which has a lower average annual value, but has obviously more money and more years in it. So,
Is he worth it? I don't know enough about him or
he's
baseball.
a very good shortstop, and I don't know. It's hard to say that he's worth the same amount of money as Mookie Betts.
That's what we're comparing this.
That amount of money. I wouldn't say that he is. He should be getting probably the $325 that the Mets were offering, but another team might offer more than that in free agency if it does come to that. I personally think that they will eventually come to some sort of solution.
The Mets said that this is their best and final offer. Do you believe that, or do you think? I feel like, are the Mets close to winning anything? I know that they've significantly gotten better at points.
Have people stay healthy. That's really what it comes down to.
They always seem really good in the beginning of the year. I feel like the past 3 years they've been really good.
And I thought that was
going to help them last year.
They usually have bullpen struggles, and then the rotation gets hurt all the time. That's usually what it is. Other than DeGrom. Like, Syndergaard's out till June, July, because he had Tommy John surgery, so they just have... They always have a lot of injuries.
Yeah, the Mets have never been, like, super significantly good in our lifetime, I don't think.
It's been a while. Early in our lifetime.
I know that there's been times where, like, they've been... It looks like there's been potential threats.
They were in the World Series.
When were they? How long
against
ago?
the Royals.
How many years ago?
2015.
So it was more recent than I thought. I did forget they do that.
Ago.
But other than that year, they haven't really.
Yeah.
It was,
like the past 2 years, they've done a really they've started really good.
Yeah.
I remember because my brother follows them a lot because my grandparents. are Mets
it
fans.
mainly came down to pitching towards the end. I mean, I think it was 2 years ago when, that they're just whatever reason every time DeGrom pitched, they couldn't get him any sort of run support. He had like a 1.7 ERA and he went 10-9.
Jesus.
Yeah, he just had no run support, and the
That's
fact that he was hitting, there were some games that he caused himself to win by getting RBIs as well.
great.
He actually was the reason that he won.
That's great. Just do it yourself. And then another New York. We got more New York news
Yes,
from a different team. This one kind of makes me sad because even though I hate the fucking Yankees, I'm a pretty big Luke Voigt fan.
Yeah, it's not too serious. It's just cleaning up a partial meniscus tear, so he'll be down for no baseball activity for at least 3 weeks. So he'll probably have to build up a little bit after that.
But he won't be back.
It'll
Maybe
probably
a month
be
and a half.
at least a month or so. But I mean, that's tough for sure. But it's the Yankees; they have fucking injuries every year. So it.
I don't know why I like Luke Voigt. I think I was there for like his first week after being called up in Boston.
I like him as a person.
And he hit a home run.
I don't like when he
wild.
succeeds personally.
Yeah, no, me neither. But I did see him hit a home run in Boston. And like literally the first week he got called up, and it was a fucking shot.
Yeah, no. I also like that he was a guy that like wasn't like the Cardinals didn't view him as anything special, and they just traded him to the Yankees for
Nothing.
A bag of chips and a
Chase and
pickle.
Shreve, and I don't even know who else was included in that, but
And now he's a very good baseball player.
Yep. and then
Good.
it worked out for the Yankees, and he's actually, I mean, he'll be back in like a month and a half or so,
Yeah,
so he should be fine. But
And then we got news that we actually want
yeah,
to
no,
hear.
there was the
Good news.
there was the scare a few days ago saying that Matt Barnes was tested positive for COVID. So then you're like, okay, well, who's going to have contact tracing? Who's going to potentially not be ready for opening day?
Are we gonna be able to play our fucking?
Yeah,
opening
that
game?
too. Yeah, that too. And then it came out that it was a false positive. And I mean, they talked to Matt Barnes after the fact, like knowing that it was a false positive and that he was fine. He was saying he was like, there's no way that I literally the only point that I left or went anywhere other than the field in my hotel room was I went to the grocery store for like 30 minutes, and I was wearing a mask the entire time and was like super careful about everything. He's like, there's no way I got COVID. And when they told me that I had it and that I tested positive, he's like, there's no way. I've been like I literally
It's tough 'cause
haven't.
it-
I've
like,
specifically not
there
done
are
things.
people that like have not done things
Yeah.
other than go to the grocery store and still got it. So I still wouldn't say it's 100% out of the question. But I
Yeah.
mean, now it is because it's already been confirmed
Yeah,
as false
right.
positive. But we know nothing about this virus still. It's
This
been
is
here
true.
for a year. We have vaccines, and I still feel
Yeah.
like we know nothing.
Yeah,
about how
that's
it
another
spreads.
thing that they haven't even like accounted into the fact that could be injury concerns. Is people can just randomly get COVID during the season, and
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'll
you'll
have
have
the
to-
same situation where they did last year. They had a COVID IR last year, right?
yeah, they did.
Okay, yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, I assume that they'll have the same thing this year. I know that there are certain teams that are like certain players are getting vaccines just because they're now becoming eligible in the states that they're in. So like the
Astros. We'll talk about
are-
it now since it's already
Yep.
up here. The Astros were originally going to fly directly from Florida to the Bay Area for their opening day, but now they're going to stop in Houston first to get players vaccinated. It will be tough if some of these players are showing like severe fatigue due to the vaccine, because a lot of people that have gotten the vaccine, even like big people, have said like
It
this shit
does hit you,
sucks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Your brother, the second one for your brother, I know he was feeling like absolute
Yep.
dog shit.
Yeah, the second one I've heard.
My dad
Hits you
was
pretty hard.
feeling pretty bad after the first one he just got.
So I mean, we'll see, but I guess it's better than them getting COVID. So
Correct.
that's fair. Yeah, you are
makes it-
definitely
and
right.
There are what's it called? The MLB and the MLBPA are incentivizing players by like if you get the vaccine, the protocols that you have to follow are slightly less restrictive. Like you're
Right,
able
they're
to
less-
do.
Yeah, and
restrictions.
like I've seen people bitch about these, like this
Well, yeah,
whole
of course they're gonna bitch.
like no shit. If you're vaccinated from things, you get different like treatment. You know, like no shit. You're allowed to do more things.
Yeah.
And then the whole we'll talk about it now. The NBA telling people that they have to get vaccinated, and people are bitching about that. Have you guys go to college? You guys both had to get. Well, I don't know if you did, but I know you had to get vaccines for college.
Yeah, I had to get shots before I went to college.
Like
last year.
it's not just a COVID thing. It's not because Bill Gates is trying to stick a fucking implant in your head. It's literally things that jobs do.
Right.
Jobs are allowed to not force, but because it's not forcing. People are like, well, jobs are forcing me to. No, they're not. You don't have to work there.
Correct.
So it's not being forced.
Correct.
So that is but the MLB doesn't look like that they are.
They're not enforcing it, but they're giving certain incentives to people that do it.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
I think their main hope is that
And even that,
staff
like, it doesn't even
members
sound, like
also-
even saying incentives sounds more like a reward for doing
Yeah,
it, which is
yeah.
what people are complaining about. But I wouldn't even say it's an incentive. It's just common fucking sense.
Yeah, I'm sure the players probably would prefer to have it done so that way they could feel
Yeah.
easier about being in all of these different cities around the U.S. throughout the entire summer. So,
Correct.
Right.
Only makes sense.
yeah, no, it's a smart thing to do. But yeah, no. Alex Cora announced the official pitching rotation for the next week or so. Like, given the fact that Eduardo Rodriguez won't be
Eduardo
Rodriguez technically won't be available until it looks like the 8th of April. But so we have Eovaldi on Thursday. We have a 3-game series against the Orioles. We have Eovaldi, then Tanner Houck, and then Nick Pivetta. Then we face the Rays.
Who is that, man?
That is Garrett
The
Richards.
mustache.
Yep,
Okay.
Garrett Richards pitches Game 1 against the Rays on Monday. Then
So
Martin Perez.
He's throwing a gem, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Based on the
He's
mustache,
one-
That looks like a mug.
he
shot.
is one of
does.
those guys that when he's healthy, he is really good, but he just gets hurt a lot. That's really what, kind of like in Eovaldi. Like when they're healthy, they're
Yeah.
really good, but
yeah, just the stash is
Yeah,
telling
no.
me he's going to be
that is
nasty.
a, that
No-hitter
is a
for
recent,
sure.
That's a
No-hitter
recent
in
picture.
this
That's
debut.
what-
Perfect game confirmed.
He has the long hair and that mustache actively right now.
Good.
That
Good.
is fantastic.
That
That's
is
what
from
the Red
this
Sox
season.
need. The Red Sox need some fucking personality.
And then Eovaldi will pitch the third game of the Rays series as well. And then we face the Orioles again in Baltimore. So then Ed Rodriguez might be back for that series, hopefully. He has dead arm, so it kind of depends on when they decide to actually have him
dead
start
arm
their
is not
bullpen
something
again.
whenever his arm decides to fucking
Yeah, baseball.
Live
come
again.
back to life.
I'll give him a res.
So okay, that's it for baseball.
Yep.
All right, that's good. We got baseball. I'm actually genuinely excited for Thursday.
Yeah, but
I'm never super excited
our
for
next
baseball.
our episode, they don't have a game on Friday, so we'll be able to go over opening day. And
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, like I'm never like super into baseball, but now that I have a gambling issue and
there's games every single day.
and there's games every single day. No, I'm just excited for the Red Sox to
That's what Josh is
maybe
gonna
be
get into.
good.
Yeah, he's absolutely going to be good.
There's games.
I
Every
I don't
day.
know. I don't know enough about baseball to gamble on baseball.
What is the over/under on the number of bets Josh places on opening day of baseball?
No, one maybe. I might bet on the Red Sox. That's it. Who do the
We'll
Yankees
see
play?
about
Strong out.
Want to say the Blue Jays? Let me make sure.
I mean,
Fact check.
if I find like a,
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean? If I find,
Exactly.
like
I
the
think
Yankees, are
one
playing
of the
some
first
fucking
games, I know
bum.
that. Yankees, I think there's 2 games at 1, and I know the Yankees playing one of them.
No, I'm not.
And we're at like 2.
Yeah, they face the Blue Jays
or something.
at 105.
I really only wanted
we
to bet
face
on
it-
March
we
Madness.
play at 2:10.
and, I'll bet on like the NFL season next year. But that I don't think I'm going to bet on baseball. I don't know enough about baseball.
It depends
You
on what
bet
bets you
on
do.
Hockey.
That is
I bet
true.
okay. I bet the over on hockey, and like it's not
You
even
bet on
really,
hockey.
but it's not even really like you don't have to know.
You
Yeah,
could do
and
the
I
same
lost,
thing.
so
You
I'm
could
done
do
with
the
hockey.
same thing.
It was
for
a good.
baseball.
It was a good
Yeah.
try,
You
and
could do the same thing for baseball, though.
yeah. But even baseball overs are risky as fuck too.
Well, you could do other things. You don't have to do that.
But I don't know. I don't know what I would bet on other than wins. But I would only do that if like some bum is playing some fucking, or if like the Yankees are once again just riddled with injuries and then they have to play some really good team. But moving on to the NFL, Leonard Fournette. We already said that he re-signed with the Bucs last week. Tampa will now become the first team in salary cap era, so which is since 1994, to bring back all 22 starters from their Super Bowl victory. That's very specific stat.
It is
Because
wild,
for this
though.
stat to be a thing, not only do they have to bring all 22 starters, but that team has to previously have won the Super Bowl.
Correct.
So I mean,
Both things are very unlikely.
this is a reach.
Not really.
It is a cool stat, but to like post about it being the first team in salary, like I don't
Josh,
know if
what are
anyone
you
would
saying
do that.
right now?
Yeah, why are you?
What do
Because
you?
These are just one of those stats where people post that are like kind of a reach. Like this will never happen again.
That's why it's
That's
a
why
crazy
they're-
stat.
No,
That's
I
why
know,
they're-
but to say it like this is the first,
It's
it just seems like one of those Twitter stats that are like,
It's-
okay, yeah, but
to have
well, it's-
the same
it's
exact
wild.
no, but what I'm
starting
saying, it's one of those
lineup
things.
after-
But it's one of those things to be like, no shit, you don't even have to post that. We know that no one has ever done that before. Like we get that. For this to happen,
So,
it's a super specific fucking tweet.
Josh. Week 1, Tom Brady throws 10 touchdowns in a game. No one's going to post about it because we all know that it's never happened
been
before.
done
Well, no, that's
All right,
it's
then.
completely
No.
So
different.
what are you
That's
talking
completely
about?
different,
No,
'cause
it's
that's
not.
an active stat.
You
This is a
are
crazy
an
thing to
idiot.
do. You bring
It's
back all
weird.
starters from a
So-
Super Bowl winning team.
Do they
That's
have
hard to
was,
do.
Was Fournette considered? Because I don't think he started the entire year, right? He started in the Super Bowl because I think McCoy started at first.
Yeah, but McCoy
And then
after
sucked.
week 10.
Yeah, Who was their
didn't
other-
see the
did-
field?
McCoy's a free agent.
Ronald Jones was their other
Ronald
guy.
Jones.
Yeah, that's who it was. McCoy is a free agent, I believe, right? Is he?
I have no
Or did
idea.
he re-sign with the Bucs too?
I
don't
have
know.
no idea if he did, but I know
He
Ronald
didn't get,
Jones
like,
and
any play time
Fournette
over
are
the
both
course of,
back.
like,
I
the
get
last
that the
30%
Bucs
of
won the
season.
Super Bowl. I feel like it's a kind of a, I don't know, because on one play,
are-
I'm not even talking about the tweet. I'm
I'm
talking
just-
about the tweet. I'm talking about
okay.
something else.
Okay.
I'm talking
I'm
about
just confused about your slant.
it's weird.
Gotcha.
It's weird. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about bringing all 22 starters back because then it feels like you're admitting there was 0 holes in your offense, and you can't tell me the Buccaneers
Well, they're
were
gonna
a good
we
okay,
haven't
they were a good team.
at
They
the
won the
end-
Super Bowl.
Josh,
What?
Josh, the draft hasn't happened yet. They
I know.
Yeah,
So
they're
they're
gonna
gonna
add
go.
things.
They're gonna go young, and then their entire team is old as fuck. Gronk's old. Fournette's old.
They have a lot of
Brady's
youth
old.
on the
They
defense.
oh,
though.
that's who it was. The Bucks said that they would consider drafting a quarterback. Remember I said there was a team with a quarterback that said that they might draft it with their pick. Bruce Arians said that they could draft one with their 32nd.
I mean, they probably should.
Yeah,
To groom behind Tom Brady and then take over as soon as he's done.
Behind Tom Brady for Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady over the next.
Yeah, that
couple
sounds
of
like
years until he
a
retires,
perfect
and then-
idea.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a terrible idea. It's just... I
Because
don't know if
Brady's
I'd do
only
it with
playing
my
for like 2 or 3 more years max. Like he's not.
Maybe.
Well,
He's not.
Maybe.
no one
He's
fucking
going
knows.
like there's
Yeah,
going
he
to
could- he could
eventually.
play for 4.
play
I
until he fucking.
They'd have to win the Super Bowl the next 3
Collapse.
years.
I
for it to
wouldn't be surprised. Well, no, because you can say the reason he would want to come back is because they didn't win the Super
Not...
Bowl.
Oh, I know, but like if they have like a heartbreaking loss where he plays really bad, I like.
He's going to want to come back
correct.
because
like,
he's not going to want to lose that
I don't
way.
know.
I
I don't know if he's at that point that he's going to be okay. No, this is because he
It's
said
tough.
I'm going to
Yeah.
retire when
Yeah.
I suck. So if he sucks,
It's
then
tough because
Yeah, but he sucked in the year, or he didn't suck, but
Yeah,
he was
but if
bad
he-
in the year with
yeah,
the
but
Patriots.
that's what I'm saying. But like if they
It's-
get to the point that they're at that
it's
they're
tough
in like
because-
the NFC Championship and he plays really bad and they lose because of him,
yeah,
then-
I don't know. I feel
It's-
like he'd still
listen,
be like, I
listen.
can't go
it
out
all
that
dep-
way.
It all depends. Yeah,
it's
it all
tough because
depends.
if you win the Super Bowl, you feel like I can keep going.
Yeah,
and win
that's
another
true.
one. But if you lose, you're like, I can't.
Listen, Gisele's
Yeah.
going to leave him before he retires. That is 100% a fact, okay? There's on the Howard
He's
Stern
playing
show,
till
and he
he's
had
60.
before he even or when he went to the Bucks, he did like a Howard Stern interview,
Yeah.
and then he talked about his issues with his wife and all
Yeah.
that, about how she wants him to retire. And then we report right after the Super Bowl on the field, she asked him, "You're done now, right? Like we can retire now?" And then he's signing
Like-
fucking extensions.
Actually,
No, yeah, I believe he will probably be a single man when he retires because Giselle's just gonna be fucking fed up. I think 4 years. I'll give him. How old will he be in 4 years?
how old is he now?
That's a good
Is he
question.
43? He'll be 47 in 4
Seven.
years.
That's- I mean, 43 is already kind of
Yeah.
old, but
Yeah.
47's.
I know he said 45 is a good spot, but
That's why I'm
I want to
saying
see what
2 or 3 more
Brett
years.
Favre was when he retired his second time. But that's different because Brett Favre had time in between. I think he took a season off, didn't he? Didn't he retire, come back?
I think so.
Yeah,
I believe.
he's 51 now, so he definitely was not Brady's, or he was definitely younger than
Yeah,
47
correct.
when he retired the second time. Who knows? I think Brady will play for 4 more years.
He could. I mean,
I don't know.
seems
Do you have
I'm-
any
I'm-
arguments
well,
against that, or
I'm
no, it's
saying-
just
no, I'm
possible?
I'm saying 2 or 3, but
I think, yeah. I mean, I think he'll retire a buck, or
he might do like the
he might
one-
sign a one-day
one-day
contract with the
contract
Patriots.
with
But
the
even
Patriots.
then, I don't know, because if he wins 3 Super Bowls with the Bucks, he's gonna be like, yeah, fuck the Patriots. It's been me. It's always been me, and that's gonna be annoying. The Steelers signed a running back. They got
Kalen Balazs.
Kalen Balazs. I almost said Kelvin. Kalen Balazs to a 1-year deal. I asked you earlier if does this kind of take out Najee Harris, but
No, I
he's
think
not.
it's-
He's
it's
not
ju-
that.
No,
great.
it's just an addition so that we don't have 0 additions going into the draft, and then just in case,
Which is a good move.
Yeah.
You love to see the Steelers making
doing. I would
sensible
I
moves
would
that
have
doesn't
preferred.
include
I would have
doesn't
preferred
include
if it was.
re-signing your
I
own
mean,
players.
I didn't see exact money on it, but I would have preferred someone like Philip Lindsay or someone like that.
Yeah, but
that-
Lindsey's going to be a lot.
Didn't Lindsay?
I don't know
already
how much.
signed?
No, he did, but I'm just saying I would have preferred someone
Oh,
like that.
Who is he? Who
He
did
got signed by the Texans.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would have preferred someone like that
Yeah,
has
see,
had a lot of success.
That's
at
the
one
type of
point.
team
Yeah.
I feel like he needs to be on, though, Philip
Obviously.
Lindsay.
Oh well, yeah.
I don't know if
yeah,
him and
that's
Ben
a,
are the
That's
same,
a
like-
better fit. I'm just saying in
Obviously,
terms of.
you want to be with a running back that's had more success.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But also, I don't know.
That's a
If, I
given.
don't know if you want to split Najee Harris and fucking.
Well, I don't know if we're
It'd be
going to
tough for
draft
that. Yeah.
Najee Harris. Is the
In an
thing.
ideal scenario, you draft
Yeah.
Najee Harris. What draft pick do you guys?
24.
24. We have 15.
we have
right?
15.
Got it. A lot of ridiculous draft fucking. What was the one we saw today? Who went 3 in?
Mac Jones.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
they had Mac Jones going.
If
through.
Mac Jones goes 3rd
in a
overall,
mock draft.
I'll lose it because
There's
one hit
reports
he had
the
a
49ers are really high on him. So
yeah, and then he had his pro day today.
Pro Day did not look so good.
When you overthrow the Heisman winner 6 times,
Yeah.
I think it was actually like 3. I went for an exaggeration number, and then I was like, wait,
Either
shit,
way.
this is like, I can't actually exaggerate because I have to be right.
Either way, you still don't want to do that.
Yeah, you still don't want to do that, especially to one of them looked like Devontae Smith could have 100% caught it, or at least like reached for it, and he didn't. But I mean, either way, you want to put it in their hands. And also, I don't know how I really feel about the pro days because they have them do all these cool shit like fucking on the run and throw off your back foot, and like a lot of coaches have spoken out about they don't want to see that. Because they never want their quarterback to throw off their back foot.
Right.
Like they would rather have you throw it away because there's no defense in front of them.
Correct.
So yeah, it looked super cool when Zach Wilson rolled out and fucking threw. But is that throw going to look as good with fucking Gilmore on that guy, or is that a pick?
I mean, with Gilmore, the way he's been playing the past year,
Probably.
It'll probably.
We got Metcalf back there on Gilmore. It's a Metcalf ball for sure.
Yeah.
But like those certain. Because I don't think any I know coaches have said this, and I don't think any coach is happy with like a forced ball.
Yeah.
Like if it works, but you're still like, damn, be fucking careful with that.
Correct.
So, and I feel like the pro day is a very much showcase of like what insane things you can do with your fucking body. That's why Zach Wilson is so high, is because he can throw off balance, and Patrick Mahomes can do that. So that must mean.
Yeah,
he's NFL ready.
Yeah.
And that's the only comparisons he's gotten. When they're like, oh, he's Patrick Mahomes, like, how? Oh, he throws off balance. Okay. What else does he do? How else is he like Patrick Mahomes? Well, he throws off balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And then we got another signing with the Jags. Is this a former he is a former Steeler. That's
No,
tough.
he's
signing with the Steelers.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, he initially agreed to a contract with the Jaguars, but then
You can do
went
that.
out on it.
Had
and
a
then re-signed
change
with
of
the
heart?
changed
But
his
he
mind and
didn't
re-signed with the
actually sign
Steelers.
contract yet.
Yeah, it wasn't made official yet, so he decided to go against it and then re-sign with the Steelers for 2
It's
years.
tough for the Jags. You hate to
So.
see it.
They're in a good spot.
You love to not lose another member of your
The Jags
your
are
defensive
slowly
line.
making moves.
Yeah.
This probably pissed off Urban Meyer. He's been complaining about the way free agency is done. He thinks that you should have to meet with people before signing them, which like I get, but we're in a pandemic first. Like, come on. And officially done today, the NFL has expanded to a 17 game season with 18 weeks. No extra bye, which is what a lot of the players were hoping for when they did it, and we didn't get that. Week 1, the first game starts September 12th, or is that that's Sunday, right? Is there going to be a Thursday night game to start? Yeah, so it'll probably be September 7th, I imagine. We're going to have, right? Am I wrong? Thursday?
You are wrong on that, man.
I don't remember. Because they do Thursdays, right? I think they do Thursdays for opening. Who the fuck knows?
But
They usually do, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
that's
That's what I thought.
usually
It
is.
was. So it's September 9th. Yeah, whatever.
Yep.
Same thing.
I mean, no, actually.
We're gonna get 2 games on Saturday, 3 games on Sunday this is for the playoffs, wild card weekend, and we're gonna get a game on Monday.
Yep.
Which is awesome, I guess. I imagine it's gonna be a Monday night game. What did we have last year? Did we have 3
Saturday,
3 Sunday? That's what I thought. All right, so moving a game to Monday for extra money purposes sounds like,
Yeah.
an idea
Sounds
that
like
the
something
NFL
they'll
did.
do, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can read whatever the fuck you want around here. Do you have anything on this slide or no?
So, with the NFL expanding to a 17-game season this year, the Chicago Bears and New York Jets are the only 2 teams to not have a 4,000-yard passer in the 16-game era, which started in 1978.
That is unfortunate.
It's real tough.
It's tough when you
You're
got
telling me...
MVP Mitch Trubisky and he can't even fucking get 4,000 yards.
Yeah, I was going to make a joke about fucking the quarterback the Bears used to have forever, and then he ended up in Miami. Oh my god. Is it Jay? Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler. Love Jay Cutler. He's a fucking clown. But they have announced all of the games against for Week 17. This
game.
Pittsburgh plays
yeah.
Seattle.
We have a Green Bay versus Kansas City. That should be a good game.
Week 17 too. That is a massive. Could end up being a massive. Well, actually, they'd both be different. Yeah, different. Well, it could because the NFC could be very good, and you could be 1 game out. Who do the Patriots play? I don't even fucking see
Play
that.
Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and
Awesome.
Steelers face the Seahawks.
Yeah, and the Niners, I know, play Cincinnati.
Rams face the Ravens.
Nice. We'll talk about the Washington football team because I don't think I put a slide into it. Dan Snyder is buying 100% of the team.
You hate to see it.
Luke gave me a little bit of hope, saying maybe he's buying it to sell it all, which makes
maybe he wants the
a lot
full
of sense.
profit.
Maybe.
But
Strong doubt on that.
strong doubt on that.
He probably just
It's
wants full
unfortunate.
control so that he has full control over it, instead of those people selling their shares to someone else.
Well, you got to think, right? Like they've probably made a decent amount of money
If
off
they're
of
part of it.
Washington football team jerseys, like just
Yeah.
because they're the football team now. So
Yeah.
almost said the word. All the R slur fans used to
All
fucking
the former fans,
yeah.
they want new merch. That
They
has
bought new
the
merch.
football team on it.
And then if they decide to go to a new team next year, Dan Snyder's pockets are just going to be full because more jersey sales. It's a good
Yep.
idea, but I'm sad about it.
Are they ready for? They have fans again, right? They're having fans
yeah,
this following season.
What's his name? The commissioner, Roger Goodell, said that he expects full capacity for all
It should be
32
around
teams.
that, and around that time in September. It really should be. If the baseball game should be at
Yeah.
that point
Yeah.
around then too.
I mean,
So,
it really just comes down to what percentage of the country decides not to get the vaccine.
yeah, that will.
Like that's something we won't know until the end.
Yeah,
But-
you're going to be required to wear a mask probably at every point for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I
depending on
imagine.
where
I
you
imagine
are.
till next January probably is when they'll start letting people without a mask. But who knows? Because they're giving out passports now, like mask passports that you'll have on your phone. So they're going to have sections of people that don't need their mask if they had their vaccine.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then which is possible, but it's going to be weird.
Yeah,
It-
that is interesting.
It's weird because there's this movie that's coming out about COVID. It's a theory movie about if COVID lasted like 8 more years, and or it might be 6 more years, and it's like
Chill
there
with
are
that?
some people with passports, and it shows like so. What happens is when the vaccines start rolling out, people get their passports to show that they're vaccinated,
Yeah.
and then like 3 new strands come out, and they're not. And then, like, they run out of vaccines or whatever. It's a wild movie. I don't even remember. It was some dumb director. But but yeah, that's coming out. And as soon as I saw that they were making passports for the vaccines, I was like, "Yo, we need to chill," because it's like a horror movie about like many people dying.
Relax.
Yeah, correct.
Chill.
I was like, "This is getting way too real."
Let's not do that.
Also, this dude directed a movie about COVID during COVID.
It's wild.
I mean,
It's a bold
fucking,
move.
if it's gonna make you money, I guess.
He said, "Well, if my actor gets COVID, it might
It
make the storyline
yeah,
more
it might.
believable."
Improve his
The acting
performance. Go on. Because then
Yeah,
he won't
no.
have to act.
Correct. Yeah.
So March Madness, we're in the midst of it right now.
Gonzaga
Gonzaga's
won.
up 80-62 with less than 2 minutes to go. So that's
You'll love to
tough
see
for
that.
USC. So the Sweet 16 happened this past weekend. It's tough. We lost some Cinderella teams.
All of this.
R.I.P.
Not all of them.
R.I.P. Loyal
Most of the
Chicago.
Most of them.
Yeah.
Um,
R.I.P.
RIP.
Sister Jean.
Really.
Not actual Sister Jean, but
Yeah, the power.
I was rooting for.
We found out the power of Sister Jean only works against seeds that are higher than Loyola.
correct.
Because Loyola played a team. They played the 12 seed while they were the 8, and they lost. It was unfortunate. They kept getting defensive stops, but they could not score. They had chance after chance, and they just couldn't do it. Sister Jean's power ran out. It's unfortunate. Oral Roberts, sadly, they came close. They came close to beating Arkansas.
Yeah, it was a very
close.
close game.
Super close, but
A little nervous.
they lost 72-70. I mean, Arkansas lost
Yeah,
anyway.
they lost.
Yeah.
But the points of that
Yeah, correct.
helped a little.
But UCLA, they moved on. They upset Alabama in OT.
that
Alabama,
hurt.
Which I was shocked about because
I know.
Alabama, we all know for being a football school,
right?
but they were
They were good
disgusting
this year.
in
They were really
basketball
good
this
this
year.
And UCLA had a 3-point lead with like 4 seconds left in regulation. Alabama hit a buzzer-beating 3 to send it to overtime, and then they lost by 10 in OT, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
But it was huge because in our bracket tournament, I think both of you had Alabama going pretty deep. So that
They
helped me.
were in my
It gave
Final
me-
Four, unfortunately.
It gave me a
Are
chance
we-
to come back.
Are we skipping over the attack I got on last week's show for talking about how Sister Jean's powers weren't going to work? Because I said that they were going to lose, and you guys attacked me for it.
You said they were going to lose because you put money on it.
I said they were going to lose because I said they were going to lose. Well, to be fair, I put money on it because I said they were going to lose.
Uh-huh.
So, I would like an apology.
Yeah, but you only put money on it because they were the underdog. Because that's just what you do.
It's not what I do.
When have you put money on the team that wasn't the underdog? Name one time.
I didn't bet on
I
Gonzaga.
did.
I lied. I'll check right now.
Yeah, Oregon State. They moved on to the Elite Eight. Syracuse, number 11 seed, they lost to Houston. So, Oregon State and UCLA were the last two Cinderella teams in the tournament. But Oregon State, they lost to Houston yesterday.
See, I bet the Pelicans against the Celtics, and the Celtics were the underdog.
Yeah, but the Celtics are ass.
So
You knew that
safe
already.
bet.
So we had Baylor versus Arkansas, and then Oregon State versus Houston yesterday for the Elite Eight. And Baylor took care of Arkansas without issue, really. I mean, the score, they beat them by 9, but the game was much farther apart than what the final score was. Same thing with Houston and Oregon State. Oregon State kind of started to come back, but they couldn't get over that hump. I think they got within 5 a couple times, but they couldn't really get past them. They're Houston in the Final Four for the first time since 1950.
Love that.
Wrong. Baylor is in
There
the
you
Final
go.
Four
Love that.
for the first time since 1950. Houston in the Final Four since 1984. Love to see it.
You do indeed.
And also saw a stat that's not like too important, but this is the first Final Four that's not going to have college from any of the first 13 colonies of the United States. It was a
Oh,
random ass stat
that is a
I
very
saw yesterday.
random stat.
But it was interesting.
Interesting.
Right now, yeah, Gonzaga's up 19 with 24 seconds left. So
Yeah,
Gonzaga's
that's
going to
over.
be going to the Final Four. And Michigan versus UCLA. UCLA, the last Cinderella team of the tournament. I have Michigan winning the whole thing. So, fuck UCLA.
In
I'm
order
sorry. I
in
need a
order for me
Cinderella
to
story.
win, I also need Michigan to win. So
So,
Well, that's
Yeah, that
unfortunate
goes.
for you two.
and
That really is unfortunate to you two. Because
don't you also need them to win?
Yeah, but that doesn't matter
Yeah,
because UCLA.
Michigan winning tonight
is going to
is
win
your
this game.
last possible points that you can get.
Yeah, I'm already out on that bracket. I'm definitely out on that
Yeah.
bracket.
I mean, I might be able to win if Michigan loses though, because I don't have. I don't think I had Michigan.
If Michigan loses, me and Isaac are both out on points, I think. Yes.
Yeah.
Gonzaga,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
So Gonzaga just
Gonzaga-
officially won.
Gonzaga would have
you
to
had
win
Michigan
out for
beating
me to
Gonzaga
win.
next round, so you can't get any more points after that if Michigan loses tonight.
So yeah, so if Michigan loses tonight, why would that not be my ideal thing then? Because
I
then
don't know.
Gonzaga would just have to win out, and that would be it. It wouldn't
Because
matter
if
about anything
Michigan
else.
winning tonight and then losing to Gonzaga next round would give you the most possible points.
That
Yeah,
makes sense.
it's
So for Houston, they are the first team in the NCAA history to beat 4 double-digit seeded teams to make it to the Final Four. I believe it was a 10 seed, 2 11 seeds, and a 12 seed, if I'm correct. Not really sure. But it was, yeah, facts. Mickey Mouse Final Four run for Houston.
quick
But no,
question.
they look good though.
Yeah, about the just Gonzaga in general. Have they looked even close to being beaten? This
no,
entire,
they've
I feel like
kind
they've
of just
dominated
destroyed
every
everyone.
single-
Throughout the tournament, no.
I know that they've had one close game throughout the season between
They had a couple close games.
I forgot who almost beat them. Someone that's in the tournament or that was in the tournament. So Isaac just said the least they've won by in March Madness is 16, which
they've
is
shit on every team they played in the tournament.
yeah, that's what I figured. So it's not looking good for anybody that has to go up against them.
But Michigan is taking it all. So
Not when they lose to UCLA.
they're not losing to UCLA. Just because you have
No,
money
they're
on
losing
UCLA
to
doesn't
Gonzaga.
mean
They're
just
losing
because you can't
or
control your fucking.
How do you
betting
pronounce
addiction.
it correctly?
Gonzaga?
How do you
Gonzaga.
Gonzaga. Yeah. The A is
Gonzaga,
super
yeah.
fucking.
Anyway,
I don't like that.
12 seed Oregon State
not a
tied
fan.
2002 Missouri team as the lowest seed to reach the Elite Eight. As as a 12 seed since seeding began in 1979. And Oral Roberts University player Max Abmas is the first player since Steph Curry to score 25 points in each of their first 3 NCAA tournament games. So he made a name for himself in this tournament from fucking some school no one's heard of until this year.
Correct.
Oral Roberts University. Who knew Blow Bob?
Blow Bob University.
Blow Bob.
Was going to make it to the Sweet 16. But yeah, so by Friday, I think. Fuck, when is the Final Four? I think it's next week. I think it's the Saturday.
Third, yeah.
I think it's Saturday evening and night.
Yep.
Yeah. So by Friday we'll have the entire Final Four set, and then next Tuesday we'll have the championship set. Actually, no, because
It's
the
the
championship is on Monday.
Yep.
So by Tuesday
We'll have
the
a
the tournament
champion.
will be over.
So the next time we because we have
Because we have
a
Friday.
show.
There
Yeah,
you
always
go.
forget that we do
Yeah.
2 shows a week.
Yeah.
There we go.
So moving on to the women's tournament. In the Sweet 16, there are a couple really good games. UConn versus Iowa, the freshman matchup between Paige Beckers and I want to say Caitlin Clark or Katie Clark.
Would have been cool
Some
to maybe
very-
throw it text box in the slide.
You know, you could have done something too.
I didn't know it.
That's tough.
There was a UConn.
The Michigan Baylor game was insane at the end. I caught the end of it. Went to overtime. They were just back and forth those final minutes, but Baylor was able to hang on and beat them by 3. Number 4 Indiana upset number 1 seed NC State by 3 points. Stop coughing. Number 6 seed Texas upset number 2 seed Maryland by 3 points. So half of the games were pretty close. In UConn's game against Iowa, they won by 20. They had a season-high 30 team assists, which is insane. They're fucking going off. Beckers was very close to a triple-double, and so was another player. I think I forget her first name, but her last name is Westbrook.
Cool.
No,
I'm sure her
Russell
first name
Westbrook,
is
I think.
Russell Isaac.
In the Elite Eight, we had quite a game between UConn and Baylor. A little controversial at the end.
Listen, someone got fucking elbowed in the mouth.
Listen,
All right, there's no.
was it a foul? Probably. Yeah, it should have been called.
But also,
But draw up a play. You call the timeout. Don't
Yeah.
go 1 versus
Yeah.
3 and try to get bailed out.
but not even just that. Like, if you look at the rest of the game as a whole,
they were
they were
shit
letting
go.
calls go all the time.
Yeah,
Paige
there was
got dropped.
Paige got tackled. She got hit sticked in the middle of the floor.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
went on a 19-0.
UConn
Don't
went-
bitch about the final call if you're not gonna score for fucking. How long was it?
I don't
What was
know.
the run?
I don't know.
I want to say 5 minutes.
something like that. But
Yeah,
UConn
19-0
scored
run is not good.
19 straight points. Don't blame the game on the ref.
That's fair.
I mean, 19 straight points. What are you doing?
It's fair. It's fair. I agree
It's
with
very
you.
fair, for sure.
I mean, you fucking score 1 time in that run, it's a tie game at the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally.
I
What are
don't
you
know.
doing?
But
don't blame the ref.
I mean, Twitter was not happy about it.
No.
LeBron James posted about it.
Yeah, and of course, every post that had to do with something about the controversial call had the LeBron tweet in the graphic.
Correct.
Because they
Correct.
have to include LeBron in everything. Somehow.
He's been hurt. They haven't had any fucking material for a
correct.
while, Noah.
Yeah.
Jesus. Give him a fucking
And
break.
then also, number 3 Arizona beat number 4 Indiana. So I believe UConn will play Arizona in the Final Four. And tonight, South Carolina just beat Texas 62-34. Wasn't even close. Unfortunate for Texas, but play better next time, I guess. And Stanford, number 1 seed, and the 2 seed Louisville they just started a couple minutes ago, I believe. So we'll see how that goes. I believe the Final Four is also on Saturday, maybe Sunday. They might play the day after because I know the men's they don't play Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll probably be Final Four men's on Saturday, Final Four women's on Sunday, and then men's championship Monday, women's championship Tuesday. That would make sense.
Would make all this.
More basketball. Greg Popovich.
Actually, sorry, I just wanted to go back to, before we move on from college basketball, I want to talk about the Baylor coach.
Okay.
And what she said.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. She said
Was it the women's coach?
yes.
Yeah, so they're already out of the tournament.
Yeah, it was
But she
after Baylor
recommended
lost.
that the NCAA suspend COVID testing right? Yeah, in the Final Four.
Throughout the Final Four.
Because for her reasoning is to be real unfortunate for someone to get it, and then they have to get kicked out of the tournament. Obviously, yes, it'd be real unfortunate. The entire past year has been real unfortunate for everybody.
Yeah.
I think every single person in the world has missed something that they either really wanted to do or could have changed their life.
You know what would also be unfortunate? If someone had COVID, it played in a game, didn't get tested, no one knew.
Yeah.
Spread it to everybody on the floor, and they spread it to their family members,
or their
and someone ended up dying.
Coaches and their family.
That would be unfortunate.
Would be unfortunate, but that would take reasoning with somebody to understand that.
Yeah,
they don't. So
I mean, we're talking about the coach that didn't draw up a play on the final play of the game when you're down by.
But it's just a terrible idea.
They're actually down by 1.
I don't know. There was that dude. I fucking posted something. I commented under it on Facebook when it first came out, and I said something about it's almost real simple to talk to your players in this way, right? The Chiefs did it for the playoffs. The fucking
Bucks.
No, the Green Bay Packers coach, he did. I'm sure the Bucks did too. But the public wise, I know the Chiefs and I know the Packers. They sat down with their team when they got in the playoffs and said, "Listen, if you board up in your fucking house for four or your hotel or whatever for 4 more games, we could possibly be Super Bowl champions." Just think about that. Just don't go out and fucking party. Don't go to don't do shit. Order food. Just do. It's a real simple concept for athletes who are trying their hardest to get there. And I think if you just look at these players and they're kids, so it's a little harder. But I still think that they're mature enough to know.
Right.
Because athletes, a 20-year-old athlete is obviously way more different, mature wise than me.
Yeah, correct. Especially at a level of
correct,
this.
Exactly. So, they should understand, if you just fucking keep your shit together for 4 games,
right.
or 2 games now, right? Because it would be,
2 games.
They're talking about the Final Four. So for 2 games, all you have to do is keep your shit together. 2 more games, and you have the possibility of being a national champion.
Correct.
Is that such a hard concept for them to understand? If you can coach your players that well, you don't even have to be a good coach. Anyone can say it.
Yeah.
I just fucking said it.
Correct.
Just be responsible for 2. And then they're that dude, fucking, I don't know if you read it all, but some dude commented and was just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, but then wouldn't you? And then he was like, well, then why didn't they just cancel the whole tournament if it's unsafe? I'm not the fucking NCAA. All right, I can't cancel the fucking tournament.
They didn't cancel the tournament because they wanted money.
Correct.
Because that's just what the
NCAA
does.
But there's ways to do this safe, and it's unfortunate, but the way to do it safely is if someone has COVID, to get them the fuck out. It
Correct.
Sucks, but this is life, and we want sports to happen. Sports don't have to happen. This isn't something that we need to live. It's not an essential business. Maybe for the economy, professional sports might be considered essential, but no one's going to die if the tournament doesn't get played.
Correct.
It'll suck, but no one's going to die. People could die if the tournament does get played, which is unfortunate. But it's just, don't be fucking stupid.
Correct.
If you can't tell your team to just board down for 2 games, Noah.
Yep.
2 games away from being national champions.
Yep.
And you can't tell your players to just be responsible, and instead you're going to blame it on the NCAA?
1 week.
Yeah, 1 fucking week.
A 1 week quarantine.
I hate siding with the NCAA. Okay? I never would ever side with them in anything, but this coach is a fucking idiot.
Yeah. So,
NBA.
Greg Popovich moved. Well, he was 3rd, but he reached his 1,300th career win as a coach. He is now 32 wins away from Lenny Wilkins at 2nd, and 35 wins away from 1st, Don Nelson. So 36 more wins, and he will have the sole position of number 1. And I imagine he'll be coaching for at least another year or 2. So he'll definitely reach it.
Yeah. How old is he?
I don't know how old he is.
He looks very old.
He is old.
He looks old.
He's an old dude.
He does look old.
He's been the coach for the Spurs for a very long time. 72. So he is quite old. But I think he's got a few more years left.
Unrelated, but the Sixers are getting fucking shit spanked right now in the first quarter against the Nuggets.
Oh, the Nuggets?
It's 19-38.
That's unfortunate.
That is wild.
The Jazz, so they were taking a flight to their game against the Grizzlies, I believe. So they're going to Memphis. And they had to make a forced emergency landing because the plane just struck a flock of birds.
Correct.
And the engine was having troubles.
Also, obviously you guys can't see it here, so I want you to look this plane up. There is a shit ton of blood on this fucking plane.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't.
A lot of birds died.
When you guys said it, and I didn't look at the picture. I didn't know.
You know, this plane got fucked up.
Well, you've seen
The
like the
plane
picture
got
of the
fucked
pitcher
up.
fucking throw the throw the ball. There's no blood. It's just
No.
fucking feathers. He just disintegrates. So I wasn't even. It never even dawned on me that them hitting a flock would look like a fucking massacre happened.
These planes go like a few hundred miles.
No,
per
I'm
hour.
aware.
Yep.
But
So-
it didn't even dawn on me that I wouldn't be surprised if there's like feathers and shit, but I just didn't imagine this much fucking blood.
I'm sure there is.
Well, I mean, the birds probably like exploded on impact.
Yeah, no, I get that, but holy fuck. Also, so they were forced to land.
Yeah.
And this is their team plane, or do you know if it was just imagine.
It says charter flight.
okay? Because
So-
I know a lot
I
of
don't know.
I know not every team has
Right,
team
yeah.
planes, but
I'm not sure if Utah's like a big market like
Yeah.
that, so I think it's probably not their team.
oh yeah, because if it was their team plane, they have to throw it out. Because I don't know why, or I do know why, but I've seen a lot of like people who work at airports online and stuff, and they're very much like, yeah, no, if you have like this big of a dent in an airplane, like, or even like a scratch this big, it's useless. You have to redo things. Like you have to like take that piece in and fucking rebuild it. It's wild. It was the
Oh,
team
they
plane.
built team-
That's
okay.
unfortunate.
You hate to see it for sure.
It's a lot of money that they're gonna have to.
It is
they're
it's a
gonna
lot
have
of
to
money
do.
for sure. But glad everybody's safe.
Except
And-
for the birds.
Except for the birds.
Yeah, for sure.
Rest in
R.I.P.
peace to
birds.
that flock of birds.
Yeah.
You will be missed. Russell Westbrook becomes the first player in NBA history to post. What did you say?
Isaac said they will be missed, and Isaac said not by a plane.
Oh
though.
my god! Come on. So Russell Westbrook became the first player in NBA history to post a 35-plus point and 20 assist triple-double. He also had 14 rebounds, I believe. Insane game. Stephen A. Smith was like, "Yeah, great stats, but
Do it every night.
we know this from you. When are you going to take it to the next level and actually win something?"
Championship, yeah.
Because him and Bradley Beal is a front court on the Wizards, and they're nowhere near 500. They're like at the bottom of the barrel in the Eastern Conference.
He brought up
It's
the other
tough.
teams he had too. He's like, you've played with KD.
You played with
played
KD,
with
Harden,
Harden.
PG. You played with.
Oh, there was a big name, a real fucking big name.
Played with Harden twice.
Yeah, he did play with Harden twice.
Yeah, it's tough. You hate to see it.
There was a bigger name than that. Why I can't remember.
I don't think you're gonna find a bigger
Jimmy
name than
something?
KD.
No, it was like an older name. Like it was like when he was like first started playing.
Oh,
You know who I'm talking
I
about,
know who
right?
you're talking about. I know
Yeah.
the name. It was. Yeah, I don't.
I mean, it wasn't really a fair assessment because Westbrook was like barely. I don't even think he was like a real starter at that point. But Stephen A.
So the Celtics played last night against the Pelicans. As Josh said, he bet on the Pelicans because
It was a good move.
it was a good move. Evan Fournier finally had his Celtics debut,
Oh, did he?
and
How did that go?
it was atrocious.
Yeah.
He played 33 minutes, 0 points, 0 for 10 shooting, and 0 for 5 from 3. He didn't even have an assist either. Like he just didn't
After
account for
20
any
minutes, all right, after 25, we'll give him 25. After 25, why are you letting him play those extra fucking? I mean,
you think
come the fuck on, dude.
you think he's bound to fucking do something at some point?
But at what point is it okay if we keep him in for 5 more minutes? Maybe, just maybe, his stat line will have 1 field goal.
They were probably hoping, like, listen, we just made this trade. We can't have him put up zeros. He's got to
keep
do
him out
something
there.
at some point.
And it ended
Keep
up
him-
being
and then
worse.
It ended up being worse. It's unfortunate, for sure. But hopefully this is just like a fluke game. He's just getting the fucking new team jitters out of his system, and he's able to actually put the ball in the hoop next game.
Let's hope so.
Hopefully.
Hope so.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Would be nice.
But we'll fucking see. I don't know. We're not even going to repeat what Isaac just said.
Yeah, correct.
Jesus, Isaac, what is wrong with you?
For real.
So Andre Drummond and Lamarcus Aldridge both got their contracts bought out, and what do you know? They ended up on the Nets and the Lakers because where else would any free agent go?
Yeah.
Why would we have competition in the NBA?
Bro, fucking that KD tweet keeps coming up that he tweeted in like fucking I think it was 2013 maybe.
It was
It
a
when
while
talking
ago.
about the
Talking
Heat,
about
like,
how
everyone just goes to
everyone
the
just
Heat.
goes to
No
Heat,
competition these days.
I mean, it's not entirely KD's fault.
No, it's not. But I mean that
But
tweet wasn't.
It is tough.
That tweet wasn't
Correct.
It wasn't a tweet he should have said.
Correct. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't even fucking matter anymore.
Yeah, and I mean,
like it's just
NBA Twitter is such a fucking absolute shithole that
oh
it
my
is.
god! Listen, anytime the Nets add somebody, it's like how
This is what
many
you-
people does KD need to beat LeBron?
Yeah, this is all for stopping LeBron.
But then when the Lakers add somebody, listen, add to the fucking squad. LeBron wins this one. He's the GOAT for sure.
Yeah,
you can't
correct.
say anything. No cap. But like,
Bro, it's true. And then
it's
like,
literally,
yeah, it's ridiculous.
it's just superstar team versus superstar. It's just fucking.
And to act like the Lakers aren't also building something is fucking.
I know,
dude. Everyone's like, yeah, but Drummond's like old, so it.
he's
Come
been
the
like
fuck
the
on.
best and most consistent rebounder in the league for the past
Fucking
few years.
ridiculous. But I'm not blaming. Like I'm angry in the fact that like now I feel like the basketball season doesn't even matter till we get
Yeah.
to the finals.
Yeah.
But that's just a personal like annoyance. But I get it. Like I'm not. I don't think Katie's a bitch or a fucking
No.
like loser for trying to build a team.
Yeah.
This is how team sports work.
correct.
Like I know basketball is one of those ones where a very good player could change the outcome of something,
Yeah.
but you still need a supporting cast in
Right.
anything. Tom Brady tweeted at Kevin Durant saying that like he agrees with him that there has to be something,
It's got to be teamwork.
and it's all these people who have never played a team sport in their life,
correct.
or have played team sports and don't do it anymore because it's not all about them.
Yeah.
Because we know a lot of those from high schools and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But like, it's a team sport.
Yeah,
Katie
is.
has to sit on the bench at some point.
I've been on a couple two-tree bad baseball teams. where
Correct.
I'm like, what are y'all doing? And you know,
I forgot you were on that one.
there's been a couple.
Yeah.
It was more than just that one. But, like,
Well,
in
that
my-
one was a bad one.
It was.
That one was. I
We
remember.
won.
I remember the game that you fucking came in for the save.
We won
And
4
you-
games in 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And we played like what? 12 to
Well, your
15
first one you
games
only
in-
won like one, right?
Yes.
And that was the
And it was
save that you
because
had.
I fucking came in
Yeah.
and saved it.
There was like first and second.
It was first and third, and I had to tag some dude out as he was running the home.
No, it's like the Thanos fucking end cutscene of
Yeah.
Ultron. I'll do it myself. Yeah, it was funny.
Correct.
I remember that. But like you can't do that. And now that we've defended KD, let's take a step back and
I mean, this is
fucking
ridiculous. Wild. I didn't even know this happened.
yeah. So Michael
Until
Rappaport posted a tweet that says KD. So KD had an interview. And he seemed like just upset when people were kind of asking him about the super team idea.
Yeah.
Which KD has. I'm not even going to say KD. I'm going to say a majority of NBA basketball players have shown sensitivity towards certain things.
Yeah.
LeBron has gotten very upset over certain things. I don't know what it is. I think the NBA is full of gigantic egos. I think that's the biggest problem with it. But
Even just the NBA, just like
sports in
professional
general,
sports
for
in
sure.
general.
For sure, but I think the main people on the NBA, because in NBA, not that like being selfish helps your stats more, but it's one of those ones where like you can be selfish and it'll make you look way better than everybody else.
Yeah.
Because if you just don't pass the ball and you're shooting all the time, your points are going to go up.
Right.
Whether you make or if you miss half of them, like Harden, remember his shooting percentage a couple years ago was dog shit. But
Yeah.
everyone was gassing up because he was dropping 30. And it's like, yeah, but he's taking 75 fucking shots a
Yeah,
game.
correct.
He good that he made 30, but Jesus. So it's one of those ones where I think you're allowed to be more selfish because
Right.
you could help your team out. But so Michael Rappaport tweets, KD seemed deeply in his feelings with that NBA on TNT interview. Super sensitive about anything. Don't do the interview. And KD direct messaged him and said, "You're a bitch." And he replied, "Just do the fucking interview, or just do the fucking interview. And if you're upset that they say something, or that they've said say so, I don't know. This is terrible.
If you're
wording.
upset about something they've said,
Say something up there.
looking like you were gonna cry and shit.
Yeah." And then he said, "I did the interview, you dickhead." And then KD says, "Tell your baby daddy Chuck to be better at his job and frame his questions better. He gave me 2 options for that dumbass question, yes or no." Well, here's the thing, KD. Right? You're being interviewed.
Yeah.
Just because someone says yes or no doesn't mean you can't elaborate on it.
Correct.
I think you're expected to.
Yeah.
If we're interviewing somebody, right? Because we've interviewed 2 people now, if I asked TJ Edwards, we have interviewed two athletes. We interviewed 2 athletes. I was thinking more athletes, but we did interview Jared. I forgot about that. We do have to get him back on because hockey is starting. Yep. I wonder if his job is back. Probably not. But so fucking, they're interviewing him, and they ask him a yes or no question. As the interviewer, you're still expecting more than yes or no. Like you still want them to elaborate. So, and then he didn't, so that's why he seemed upset. And then he goes on this fucking rant out at Rappaport, just like message. It's not one big paragraph. It's like 7 different,
8
different messages. Yeah, I heard it all before, you cunt. Chuck doesn't need you as a security, you pale, pasty, cum guzzling bitch. Which is wild. Wow. Wild that was even something that came out of someone's mouth. Correct. Also, it's 2021 and he hasn't been canceled for that yet.
You know he hasn't been canceled.
He also tried to set up 3 separate times of meeting up with him.
Yeah, correct.
He said, meet me on West 17th tomorrow at 10. Then he asked for his address.
Uh-huh.
And then he said, 10 a.m. at Catch Steak on the corner. Meet me there, pussy.
Yeah. And like
3 different messages.
These 2 pictures aren't even it. Like, you guys can look it up for yourself.
Yeah, there's more.
There's so much more. And there was this one where, this was about 4 hours ago, someone tweeted, at Michael Rappaport, you scary, Katie DM'd privately trying to fight you, and you did some internet shit. Which, I mean, listen, it's a bit childish to call someone out on a fight as grown men. Yeah. And there are people like, well, he's standing up for himself, but you're an adult.
Yeah.
Like you're a literal adult. Like, you don't have to go and fight somebody.
Yeah.
But he said, Katie said, me and Mike talk crazier than this on a regular, and today he's pissed. My bad, Mike, damn. And then, Michael said, no, we don't, pussy. Don't ever threaten me again or speak on my wife ever. Bald head, rotten ass worm. That was a tweet from Michael Rappaport. And then, Barstool dropped a meme saying that Michael Rappaport has been signed by the Brooklyn Nets, of course, going with the idea that all free agents and all these people. And Michael Rappaport is suing Barstool for defamation of character. Which, I don't know. I don't think that's a real lawsuit.
I was saying that he's getting signed by an NBA team.
You said I'm good at basketball.
Hurting his character.
But the judge within 2 hours was like,
no.
This is a meme, right? Like, there's no way you're acting this. Michael Rappaport, I don't even know who Michael Rappaport is. I know he's an actor.
He's had a lot of beef with Barstool in the past, I know that.
He's also like a kind of an analyst, sort of.
He's kind of just been involved in this.
Do I know him from any movies?
He was in Friends for a little bit.
So he's like just an industry ploy? He kind of just does everything?
I think he's done other things, I think.
I've seen him before.
I don't think that was his biggest role, but...
Yeah. This fucking dude?
Yeah.
I've seen him. But I don't know
what say what he's done?
Not, I mean... I have to click more, but yeah, I mean, he was in Atypical, which I know is a Netflix show, which is pretty good. I didn't see it, but I've heard. Friends, you said. I mean, no, he hasn't. He's not really.
He's been in a lot of things.
He's been in a lot of things, but they're all like he's been in like Inside Out, which was not the animation Inside Out, the one with Triple H.
Yep.
No, he's never been in anything good, which is sad.
He's like a C.
Is he related? Is he related to Ian Rappaport?
C or D list.
I don't think so.
He can't be, because poor fucking Ian. I fucking love Ian.
I don't think they have any relation.
He plays like very minuscule roles.
Yeah, he only has 638,000 followers.
It was a couple years ago that he had this huge thing with Dave Portnoy. They hated each other. I mean, I'm sure they still hate each other, but they had a whole feud, kind of like how Katie and him are having right now.
Yeah,
this isn't the first feud that Rappaport has had.
Pale, pasty, cum.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah,
that's quite the insult.
Definitely an insult.
That is quite.
But also, is it an insult or is it maybe not fit for 2021? Is it enough to where we're gonna call it? Because there were people in the comments obviously calling it homophobic.
Yeah,
obviously. It's wild that. It's obviously not the same as what Myers-Leonard said, obviously, but it's something. I feel like it's definitely something to where there's almost no one talking about how he said that.
It's DM talk.
Well, there's more to him, like saying like there's one part where he calls him like a fucking
Myers-Leonard
cocksucker or something a bunch of times.
Playing video games.
Yeah.
This is an argument, and Rappaport did call him out.
I mean, fuck Michael Rappaport, right? Like I from what I've seen from a bunch of things, like.
Yeah,
kind of a
no.
loser.
He does incite arguments out of people. Like he definitely said that specifically, trying to jab at KD like on purpose. Like that wasn't. You're not going to call him super sensitive about not wanting to answer an interview question if you're not trying to get some sort of reaction, not necessarily out of him, but just out of people in general.
Yeah, and I see he's very high in politics, questioning the CDC on things. All right, well, Michael Rappaport is a character, I guess. I didn't.
Yeah, he's just
like I had
really
known that
I
have known that he's existed, and I had known that he had been in like sports stuff before.
I'm pretty sure. I'm fairly certain. I could be wrong. It could just be something that, for whatever reasons, in my brain it never actually existed. But I'm pretty sure Barstool created a shirt that had Michael Rappaport's face on it, like how you have the one with the one with Roger Goodell. The Roger Goodell Barstool shirt. Yeah. But with Michael Rappaport's face on it rather than. Pretty sure they made that
I think
someone.
I thought I saw someone in the comments talk about a Rappaport shirt, and I was like, that would be hilarious. But also, just no respect to the Rappaport name, because Ian Rappaport's really just out here doing his fucking hardest to keep the NFL business afloat, and Michael's out here tarnishing his last name.
Remember when Ian Rappaport got randomly suspended for that week during the season because
he had a Manscaped.
No, because he tweeted out a video of the Titans practicing when they weren't supposed to for COVID regulation, and then he got.
Is that what he was?
He wasn't.
There was somebody
else.
He
wasn't cleared to actually wasn't cleared by the NFL to post the video, so then he got suspended from. He wasn't allowed to tweet anything for 5 days or something like that. That was early on in the season. That was when the Titans broke protocol. And
who was the other insider? Was it
Woj?
Nope, not that one. Ian. I think it might have been Ian. It might have been. Oh no, it might have been.
Someone got suspended because they went at some senator because the senator was doing some
Yeah, no, I'm not even thinking about that.
He,
I think it was
directly and was like.
I think it was Ian Rappaport. Yeah, it was.
What he said, but he was like.
Ian Rappaport also got suspended in the middle of the season from the NFL Network for a Manscaped ad. I remember,
really?
because he didn't ad for Manscaped and they suspended him. NFL Network suspended him, saying that he's not allowed to make. Well, you can't make money off of other ads that aren't partnered with NFL Network.
Interesting.
Which is a thing that exists.
This is Rappaport wearing the clown shirt.
That's actually kind of funny that he wore it, but yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it was him that got suspended, I believe. But so you can't take partnerships from things that you can't. Yeah. Okay. So Ian Rappaport said it was a clean shave, but he got nicked. Rappaport, NFL Network's insider extraordinaire, has been suspended because of an ad he posted on social media for a product used to shave your groin. The Post has learned Rappaport announced his suspension on Twitter late on Friday and said that it was extended until October 22nd. So yeah, I think it was like a 2-week thing for Manscaped that he got suspended from NFL
Maybe that's what
Network.
it was instead of... I don't know why I thought it was the Titans. unless it was 2 separate events.
Could have been.
Could have been.
Insider.
Could have
Who
been.
knows?
I thought it was Rappaport, though.
That's the end of the show. We are about to get ready to watch this Michigan game. And UCLA is going to pull off a huge upset. And then Gonzaga is going to get a cakewalk to the fucking championship. Mickey Mouse National Championship.
$120.
You will win $120.
No, because Michigan's winning the whole thing, and I'm winning the $120.
My betting has already beaten
Catholicism?
I don't think it's that.
Catholicism.
That's what it is.
Catholicism.
Yeah. So, I mean, my betting powers are already far superior than Sister Jean's.
Sister Jean's powers only work when
we've already explained the stipulation. We've already explained that.
I guess. Where did they go? It was like 2 years ago, right?
2018, they went to the Final Four as the 11th season.
Ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous.
Yep.
I hope Sister Jean at least makes it one more year. At least.
Is she 101?
She's 101, so the chances on that, I don't
know the actual chances. I mean,
I don't know the odds.
I don't know her health right now.
Is there a live bet on fucking?
Come on.
Over under on the age.
All
right. I love Sister Jean. That was a meme.
We all love Sister Jean.
Noah, where can they find us?
Find us at JNLSportsShow.com. All our socials at the top: Instagram, Twitter, our YouTube, of course. If you're watching here, our camera is closer than it's usually.
Who cares?
All right. Well, if you're watching on YouTube, smash that like button, hit the subscribe.
That was almost as
Ring
bad
that
as
bell.
the Heat are heating up.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, facts. That was the
Watch
first time
your-
the show could hear you all fucking
Watch
day.
your mouth.
Isaac from the top rope constantly.
Yeah, well, Isaac can't fucking figure out how to
I
work
hold
a
on.
fucking
Time
camera
out.
bar.
Isaac literally just sits in the corner of the show, just dropping fucking elbows on everything we say. I feel like everything you say, he has a comment for.
Yeah.
Everything I say, he has a
Unless-
comment for under his breath. I can fucking hear it.
Unless if we need a fact check, then he's silent.
Yeah, but he's silent.
Can't do his job, but can fucking make snarky comments the whole fucking time. Asshole. Anyway, like, subscribe, ring that bell so you can see notifications for our episodes and clips that we post. And on our website, you scroll down a bit and you find all the platforms where you can listen to each and every one of our 58 episodes. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that stuff. Accidentally turned off my mic for a second. Slept.
Nice.
Yeah. Stop coughing.
Do you have the vid, bro?
I do not have the vid.
So if we all have the vid.
Yeah, if by Thursday
If
we're
we're
on
on
Zoom, it's
Zoom-
Isaac's fault.
Correct. Luke,
That would be so tough.
It
Getting the
would
vid
be
right
tough.
now.
it would be
tough.
tough.
I mean, getting it at any point would be tough.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
are
yeah.
so close to
I
our
know,
vaccine.
yeah,
We're
it's-
so close. Like I've been
We're
starting.
literally-
I was thinking
I
about.
got an email today asking me to saying that starting April 1st I can.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
Like,
Yeah,
I was
literally
starting
2
email
days
me.
away from a general availability.
I was
Yeah,
starting.
for our age group.
I was about to start asking fucking like my Marvin and Jackson, my best friends who I haven't like talked to in months or haven't seen in months because Marvin's mother works in a hospital or something, and so I was just like not taking my
Right,
chances.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I should probably like go hang out with them at some point this week. And then I'm like, I am so fucking close to getting my
Yeah,
vaccine.
really, I cannot.
And your immune
so
system
cannot
isn't the
get-
greatest.
Yeah, I'll
Cannot
be
get the
fine.
vid at this moment.
I'll be fine. Anyway, did you finish telling them?
Yeah.
All
Luke,
right, cool.
Luke, you got any closing remarks?
Yes, opening day is in 2 days.
That is
Next
that is
episode, we'll be able to actually talk about a game that the Red Sox actually played. And
Luke, are you gonna bring the energy, or are you just
Yeah.
gonna, like?
Are you gonna cheer for the Red Sox this season, or
Yeah. Or
yeah,
you
you
want the
no,
number
for
one
sure.
pick?
No,
I want the
I'm
number one
all
pick,
in.
so I just hope
I'm
they
all in.
lose.
Yeah.
No,
I want an
No.
0-162 season
No.
just to guarantee the
so that
number
we
one
can
pick.
meet someone in 7
so we can
years?
get a Vanderbilt pitcher for
Yeah.
2026.
Is Vanderbilt the only college baseball team that everyone fucking knows?
Well, that's like
it's one of
that
one
is like
of
the
them.
main college baseball.
Like I know college
Yeah,
baseball isn't
Vanderbilt-
really a thing.
UCLA is a really good one too.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know, I know.
I know. UCLA.
Uh,
is
Yeah. Yeah,
UCLA.
what's-
That's in California.
I know that. I mean,
No, he said
the
he's
South
one of the
Carolina
Carolinas.
Gamecocks are also really good. I know Jackie Bradley. Jr.
Gamecocks,
went there.
right? That's what I want to show you too.
And Whit Merrifield was there.
They beat the Gamecocks beat somebody in the women's tournament today while we were recording. Forgot to look at it, but they advanced.
South Carolina.
Yeah,
They are
Vanderbilt
the
right now
Gamecocks.
has a lot of really.
Yeah, I know, like, I know-
is good at baseball every year, but like every other sport, they're just like no names. But
Yeah.
but baseball,
They have potentially
Disgusting.
the number 1 and the number 2 pick in the next year's MLB draft.
That's fucking.
Both
That's
both
ridiculous.
pitchers
That's
are their
ridiculous.
number 1 and their number 2 pitcher
That's
because they
insane.
both strike out like 14 people every game, and
Luke.
That's
Luke,
wild.
is,
one of them has already thrown a no hitter.
Luke
I
is
just
at an
saw-
impasse because he really wants the Red Sox to win, but he also really likes the idea of that Vanderbilt pitcher at
Yeah.
number
No,
one.
no. Well, we've
I
already.
did
That was
see-
for 2020
I did see a
season.
stat. One
So
of the
that was
Vanderbilt pitchers. Like the past 2 games had like 26 strikeouts.
Yeah,
and no
Jack
hits
Later.
allowed.
He's supposed to be the second pick.
That's
Kumar
crazy.
Rockers
That's
is
insane.
projected to be the number 1.
That's wild.
Anyway, guys, that's the end of the show. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you guys on Friday.